Well, hey there, welcome. It's Monday night. I couldn't wait anymore, so got to come on because I want to drink some beer. We have some good beer tonight. Welcome. It's the Virtual Beer Show. Another virtual tasting here in pandemic times, and I'm so excited to have some friends of the podcast come on. I might as well just bring them on. Robin and Andy from Dog Mountain. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good.
Good.
All right. Why don't we just get right to it? Because I really want a beer. What's the first beer that we should open here? Because I know everybody's waiting.
Well, we thought we should open maybe the Lit Wit first.
All right.
Lit Wit.
Lit Wit. All right. All right. So how you guys doing tonight? How's Port Alberni? How's the weather over there?
It's a little gloomy. But it's kind of part and parcel for the island.
We had a bit of snow, but the rain came after that, took care of it. So now it's pretty.
It's a little wet.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't have to.
Well, cheers. We already have a beer on the way. So yeah, pop in the chat wherever you're watching. Say hi. You feel free to ask us questions. Like Todd here just saying cheers. He's tuned in from Port Alberni. So hey, Todd. So.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Todd.
Yeah, we see a lot of people on there.
Well.
Glenn. Hi, Glenn.
Hey, Glenn.
Let's see. Can I do this? Or I kind of cut you off, but all right, we'll just leave it like that for now. So you're just playing around with my graphics. Anyway, cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Here.
So apologies for those of you. There's been a couple of you that didn't receive your packages in time. We do apologize for that, but 'tis the season for shipping stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I know there was a couple of people, and we apologize. Like, we dropped it off at the Canada Post Depot, but it turns out that it sat there for 2 days for some reason, so it didn't leave town when we expected it to. So if you didn't get your beer, I'm really sorry. It was my fault.
Yeah. Well, hey Steve. Hopefully you got your beer. I think Steve did get his beer actually when I was checking stuff there in the chat. So,
yeah.
Yeah. We have Colleen here tuned in from Vernon. Hey.
Oh, nice.
Also got Mike down in Victoria.
Thank you for joining us. Oh, Calgary. I remember sending that one.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
So we have
really cool seeing all you guys on here.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for setting this up and staying home, and we can do this. So first off, let's start with this beer. So this is the Lit Wit. Robin, you're the brewer. So what's the story behind this beer?
Here, Andy and I mostly brew now. It started as with COVID, we really had to restructure. So I don't
Right.
call myself the head brewer really anymore. We're a really good team now. So, okay. But anyways, Lit Wit. This was actually the second beer that we brewed on our batch. I mean, on our like large system. It's the second beer ever, and it's been the same since the beginning. So that's pretty exciting for us that we kept it around this whole time. So it's an American wheat ale, 5.5% and 17 IBUs. Not any real hop presence to it. It's brewed with a whole bunch of orange peel and coriander.
Yeah.
Secret about that is when we add it, we physically stir it into the kettle the entire time it's in there, just to make it like fully immersed in the wort the whole time. That's how we get all that flavor out of it.
All right. Yeah, no, I'm really enjoying this.
That's great. It's been a real fan favorite up on the patio and the flat, so it's been a good beer for us. So I think it's always going to be around.
Yeah.
But so we prepared some tasting. Obviously, if you've tasted it by now, you're getting rich sweet orange presence.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so the funny thing about that is we use enough dried orange peel that is the equivalent of 182 fresh oranges.
182 fresh oranges. Wow. All right.
Yeah. We use dried peel. We don't peel the oranges, but if we did, we would have to peel 182 to get that.
All right. So you've made this. So you said that you made this beer on the big system, but like before, when you were doing pilot batches, did you use fresh orange peel for it?
Yes.
Yes, we did.
And the thing with that though is we followed kind of a suggestion for the amount of orange peel you should add to a beer in order to get some kind of orange flavor. And the orange flavor was there, but we wanted to kind of overdo it. So using fresh orange, we peeled, I think we doubled it just to see what would happen. And it turns out there's a lot of oils in orange peel that really affect head retention. So yeah, that's kind of when we decided, we figured it out. We were like, oh my God, if we wanted to taste, there's no way we could do this on the big batch, like at the brewery. So then we made the switch to like dried orange, and then you can really pump it full of the orange peel. And adding the two, right, you get some of that, you get a little bit of herbal note, and the coriander definitely gives citrus notes too. So that complements the orange peel, and I think it's a traditional pairing in a lot of wit beers, or they go really well, and it brings out the orange flavor.
All right. Well, a couple more shout outs here. We have Mike over in Parksville. So, hey, Mike, thanks for.
Oh, hey, Mike. Hey, Alex. Alex.
Well, we have Trish.
Yeah.
Hey, Trish.
All these people.
Yeah, so great.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great to get it.
So I do need to say, so since we've opened, somebody's trying to call into the show. All right.
Maybe. Did we get it?
No. Sorry about
that. Oh no, it's all good. It's all good. See, we are live. We are live, everybody.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh hey, and thanks, Mike. Yeah, not really a true fan of wheat beer. Typically,
yeah, no,
it's really good. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think it's that sweetness that really kind of gets generally that kind of bready kind of wit thing out of the way, right? So
yeah. And well, I mean, it's an American Belgian. We didn't use a Belgian yeast, so you're not going to get any of those like clove and like banana flavors that a lot of the Belgians do have, that maybe some people, they just associate with wheat beers, where it should be maybe more in association with Belgian style beers. Yeah, we use a Norwegian yeast in this beer, one of the fancy ones, so which also lends a lot to the nice citrus flavors and aromas.
Right. So we've already opened up one beer. I should say, I mean, it is a school night, so if you're sharing with somebody within your own household, feel free to come along here, but you don't need to follow us beer for beer. This video will be on demand, so if you're one of the unfortunate few that didn't get their taster pack in time, you can watch back and listen to the taster notes and everything. But go at your own pace. You don't need to go beer for beer with us tonight. So. So Colleen has a question here. Like, typically, how long does a brew take?
So a brew, as in like the actual process of milling the grain to getting it into the glass, or just how long it takes to get it into the fermenter, because each beer is very different.
Yeah, how about we do grain to glass? Like typically like this beer, like how long does it take to turn this beer around?
This beer is magical. We can turn this beer around, grain to glass, in about 6 days if we need to. Fully carbonated,
right.
It's ready to go.
Wow, that is,
because there's no dry up in it, right? So that cuts off a couple of days for us too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the specific yeast strain that we use is very, very active. So yeah, it's a good beer for us. It's nice. If we need it, it's a week away.
Yeah.
Well, and then we have Todd here who's saying he is going to go beer for beer with us. So cheers, Todd. So happy Monday night.
Hey.
Right on, Todd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For us, this is Monday is our day off. Tuesday, like being tomorrow, usually is we're closed to the public, but we're usually working. So I don't know, if we drink all these beers, we might be having a late morning too.
Yeah, nice little sleep in tomorrow will be great. Yeah. Unfortunately, I have
cheers, Todd.
I have a 6 a.m. call tomorrow, so I gotta soldier on here. So yeah. Yeah.
Dang.
So yeah, no, this is lovely, guys. I mean, I was very fortunate to visit you guys like literally the week before the world shut down. So it was great to check out your
space. I think it was nice out too.
Oh, it was so lovely. It was bright and sunny. Like
nice.
You guys had your garage doors open there in the front, and there was a nice breeze coming in. Like,
yeah,
it was really nice.
It was sweet.
So you do have a beautiful upstairs patio that has been converted more for COVID times now, correct? And it's a lot of great seating up there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's so big that even with the table space, I have seating for 60.
Right.
So it's been good for us in the summertime. When it's cold and rainy, you get the troopers that come out and still enjoy the breeze and a nice cold pint, but it's not quite the same as summertime. So
yeah,
it's we built it for the summer, and it's really, that's what we're going for, is a summertime place.
Yeah. And
now that being said, we did that tent up there for the winter.
Right.
So now the entire space can be used, since we can't jam everybody under the existing cover that was there. Yeah. Not that warm, but it's definitely.
Yeah. As Sabrina, it was Sabrina and Jordan who coincidentally walked in when I was there visiting you guys, and we had no idea we were going to be in town and at your brewery together, and we had a beer together on your roof. So yeah.
Nice.
I'm trying to remember that.
I remember that. Yeah. Small world.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The delivery, the quarantine pack deliveries that we did.
Yeah. Which are you still doing that for the winter season here? Your quarantine pack, and what is in them?
Yeah. So we actually started out with a 14 can back in the beginning of COVID and whatever, and we kind of got rid of it for the summer because we just didn't have time to can. It was so busy. Mm-hmm. But fall came, and we were like, how are we going to sell more beer? So we decided to improve the quarantine pack to 16 cans. And we're not quite hand delivering them anymore, but we are shipping them via Canada Post.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, will it be like a few select things on the island, a few select drops, or you just don't have time for that?
Well, we are doing delivery in Port Alberni. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like, we have lots of beer and liquor stores around the island now. So you could always go and like pick and choose whatever they've got. But as far as the keeping it close to home.
All right.
Other than Canada Post, if you really want it, you can send it to Canada.
All right.
Just costs it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's definitely a cost
And
because
before, you know,
it's heavy.
we were
Yeah.
well, we were doing it before because we were like fully closed to the public. So all of the beer we had on hand, like we couldn't sell it as draft. So we canned it, and we had to sell it somehow. And so by reducing the price and putting in a quarantine pack, it's a really good way to move beer too. Now we're still open, certainly not as busy as we were in the summer. And our canning procedure, our scheduling and planning around the beer in general has improved a lot. So yeah, we don't really have to like not like we were getting rid of it, but we can still sell it on the patio and we plan to sell cans to the liquor stores.
Sweet. Well, I got a question here for Alexander. What is the story and name behind Dog Mountain?
So there is a dog right up out of Sprout Lake.
Oh, sorry.
And
Sorry, Andy, your connection kind of dropped there. Start the story over again, please. Apologies for the connection.
Sorry about that.
As well.
Yeah. So yeah, there is a Sprout Lake, there is a Dog Mountain right by the brewery here, hooking up out of Sprout Lake, and we have some family connections to the lake there. Our aunt and uncle have a place there, so spent a lot of time gazing out over the lake at the mountain, and we were trying to pick a name, and it kind of meant a lot to us, and it's not a really well-known landmark other than if you live around the area, so kind of wanted a name that would really connect with the locals as well.
Right. Well, cool. All right. Well, I'm
So
done.
that's
I'm done with my little taster here of the lit wit. I mean, shall we move on to beer number 2? What are we going to do for beer number 2?
Yeah, for sure.
You can do this one. Oh, okay. Red Yeti, red ale. This beer was our 12th beer, I think, our 12th batch that we brewed. Yeah.
Love this can art.
So not our 12th like recipe necessarily, but we because we had rebrewed the lit wit several times before because it was so popular. But yeah, our 12th beer. So yeah, it's 5.3%, a little more lit wit, which is why we're having it second. 26 use. Look at it there. It's a slightly hazy filter. Any beer isn't fine in any way. Nice deep mahogany color. A neat note about it, it's like really red, nice mahogany. It's a red ale, we call it. There are no red malts in this beer. So,
really?
You know, yeah. There's only a few like actual red malts out there, but we didn't add any in it. You know, beautiful, shiny red color.
Yeah, no, I love this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the aroma that we get out of it is lightly chocolate.
Yep.
A little bit of dry fruit. We get a small amount of white grape and maybe some citrus, maybe a soft floral aroma as well.
I almost get a little toffee thing too, like
yeah.
Now, is this a regular? Because Glenn says he knows it well. So is this like always on tap, or does this kind of come and go?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it was surprisingly popular.
Okay.
So I don't think we could get rid of it. Otherwise, we'd have customers left.
Well, this came about because we went to the BC Craft Brewers Conference there in Vancouver when you were still allowed to hang around with other people.
Oh, remember those days?
And yeah, wonderful. We were so close to other people. But it was at the Hops Connect booth. They had these packs of Sasquatch hops, and we were like, "What is this?" And it was this brand new hop, first harvested batch in Canada, and we all got a little sack of it. We made a test batch, and we were like, we just wanted to make something that only had that hop in it, special, and it was like a new hop it's a proprietary hop, so you couldn't just get it anywhere. And this is what we came up with. It was suggested not to use it in IPA, the first harvested. They said that it wouldn't do really well in that, so we wanted to brew more of a malt forward beer, and this is what we came up with. So
yeah, no, yeah, I should have this in my fridge all the time. So
yeah,
we
do.
So we drink Rickard's Red in Alberta.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of our craft beer really took off. We're a little bit behind the West Coast with the craft beer thing. And so, yeah, we used to Boston Pizza and play pool and stuff like that. And what you could get there was Rickard's Red, if that was the craft that they had. Mm-hmm. And so when we came and started, we were, we really wanted to have a nice red beer and pay homage to Rickard's, except with a little bit more flavor.
So this is what we came up with.
This is what we.
Yeah. No, this is the every night of the week beer, right? Doesn't matter what the occasion. It's just I just need a beer. This is that beer for me.
Yeah.
I have a question here from Shannon. Who does the label art?
His name it's Mike. His last name, Olak.
I don't know his last name.
It's Olak.
Mo Media Mike. That's the guy's name. If you need a label design, he's the best.
Yeah.
Super nice guy.
Well, and then another Mike here, he says that this beer tastes a little Abbey style. So yeah, that's interesting.
Oh, I could see it would be the deep, the chocolate and the plum, the pit fruit, maybe dried fruit flavor from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that little raisiny thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, little raisin. Yeah.
It is brewed with a English yeast.
Oh, there we go.
Very slow working, really annoying, takes forever. This beer takes as long as it does to brew our lager.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It does not.
Yeah. Yeah.
It takes.
And for anybody who doesn't know, lagers do take a long time to do their thing.
Yeah.
So.
It's painful because it's such a popular beer and we're always almost out of it.
Right.
So it's super high stress. Oh, Yeti ready yet? And so yeah, we're always a little worried we're gonna run out.
Yeah.
Right. So in that case, are you gonna buy yourself a dedicated tank that's larger just for this beer in the new year? So
would love
just have the red Yeti tank.
Would love to.
If only.
We should get it wrapped with the red.
Yes.
So everyone knows.
This is the only thing that goes in this tank.
Yeah.
That's kind of a good idea, actually, isn't it? Stick it out back. We don't have room in the brewery, so we'll stick it out back, a big wrap around it.
Yeah.
So that the people in the neighborhood will know and they'll come to it.
Yeah, that's our only worry.
Glenn and Dave over all the time.
Then you better put an old police red light on the top, so when the tank's getting low, it spins off. It's like the bat signal for the whole neighborhood. Hey, it's almost out.
Emergency. Yeah.
You better grab some. Yeah.
Oh. Their Facebook name you can post for Mike, art guy.
Sure, we can post something on our Facebook later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
Well, here we'll just I got myself over here.
Yeah, so what else can we tell you about the Red Yeti? There is a dry hop.
Oh yeah, so Mike's saying it's an awesome beer. So
yeah.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
The only hop in this beer
Steve says if it's similar to Toolshed's Red Rage, he's very, very interested. So
we had Red Rage?
Ooh. I don't know. It's been a while since I had the Red Rage. Yeah, been a little while there, but I guess it could be a bit similar.
Maybe we need to ask an Albertan to send some can swaps. So do a side by side.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yes, we would be all doing that. Let me see. Where's Mike?
Mm-hmm.
It's all good.
All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for joining.
Media Mike.
Mo Media Mike. All right.
Mo Media Mike. That's what his email is. Just Mo Media Mike at gmail.com.
Adam, the man Adam's here now.
Hello,
He's just,
Adam.
he's just cracking in. Hey, Adam, good to see you.
Right on,
Hopefully you're
Adam.
enjoying the island, Adam, because
Yeah.
he's moved over in pandemic times. So yeah, I haven't seen
I
him since we
know.
left town. So
Yep.
So by the brewery.
If you at SFU, the craft beer brewing program, and Adam was the very first person I met in Vancouver because we moved to Maple Ridge from Edmonton. He was the very first teacher I had in my course, and he taught me the business fundamental course. And since then has been part of, I don't know, my friend. And yeah, I'm really happy he's out here on the island now.
yeah.
Thanks, Adam.
If he starts making casks again, I'm getting back on the island real quick to have some of his casks because they're some of the best in BC.
I know, hey?
So.
Yeah.
Yes, we agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what else?
So.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
I don't
I hope we haven't peaked too early here, guys, because this is a really, really nice beer here with the Red Yeti. So.
Oh, you just wait.
Okay.
This beer is very special.
Yes. Okay. Well, because I will say I haven't opened the chai yet, the chai heart. I was going to probably save that for Christmas for a nice little Christmas beer because I figured that'd be the one. But I've had the Leaving Tsunami, but I think our next beer. Are we entering Tsunami next? Is that what we're going to do?
That one should be the last.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should do that last because we don't want to lose our taste buds.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, because I just remembered we have a honey ale, so it's like, oh yeah, we need the taste buds for that.
Yeah. The chai. We wanted the chai beer to be part of this, but we were super low on it, so we couldn't unfortunately have it be part of the tasting. But it's like a magical Christmas beer for us. We're working on our second batch. It should be available in about a week.
Yeah. So it's not in this tasting, but we brewed it the first time because it was during COVID and it was really, really depressing outside. And I went down the street and bought a chai latte. And I don't usually drink pen. I thought it was just so good, and it really made me feel good. And I was like, I want to make a beer that tastes like this, just like this. And so we made our own chai spice, made this beer, and it worked out so well. Yeah, it's not tea. We made our own thing of it. Okay. And then we made it specifically for calendar. But it was so popular with the liquor stores that they during it, and we're like, we don't have it. It was just for the calendar. We only had a few kegs, and that was it. So they keep requesting it. So we brewed another batch, and it should be ready in like a week. So,
so friends, keep an eye on our Facebook page. Release of the chai beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I see you had a question about why it takes so long.
Oh yeah, Mike's wondering why it takes so long, and yeah, you said it was that fussy yeast, right, to make this beer.
Yeah. It just doesn't taste the way it needs to taste until it's like 3 to 4 weeks old.
Well,
it's ready when it's ready.
It depends on I don't know how much detail to go to, because yeast, when it makes alcohol out of sugar in the beer, it makes all these other side products. It makes all this stuff doesn't taste good that you don't want to drink. It's all these weird things. And then so once all the sugar is gone, that's its primary source, it'll start kind of cleaning up after itself. Some of these other weird phenols and esters, stuff that just makes the beer taste gross. Your palate, you have a point of ppm where you can taste it. You can taste it, and also you can't anymore. So yeast it makes all this stuff, makes alcohol, and then it is cleaning up, and we taste it every day. And then all of a sudden it's good, and you're like, oh,
it's ready.
And then you give it another week, make sure it's carbonated and all of that stuff, and then it's good. It takes a long time. It's just a really slow working yeast that does weird things sometimes. So yeah.
Magic potion. The magic potion takes 4 weeks.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, thanks again for you watching at home and staying safe and staying home. Let us know in the chat if this is your first time ever trying Dog Mountain as well. Because, yeah, I like to see how many people are trying these beers for the first time. And, yeah, I mean, we've had 2 so far. We have 2 more to go here. And any other questions, really? I mean, this is live. This is your show. I mean, we're trying to bring the tasting room experience of as if we were sitting down with you 2 in your own brewery and having a chat here and learning about you and your beer and everything else. So, yeah.
And this is way better. Usually we're wearing, but probably it's just as hard to understand us now because of the
All good.
Well, I mean, like at least you're coming through clearly. You don't sound like Connie, you know. So
yeah.
But it is Mike's
first time, Mike. Right on.
Mike's first time. So hey. Yeah, no, thanks for the support, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, same thing with Colleen here.
Colleen? Awesome. That's good. It means they fans of the podcast heard about it. I know we did have a few orders that very, like the night that this aired. There wasn't even a podcast. It was the
it was the pub quiz.
Yeah, the pub quiz.
My pub quiz.
What it was on.
My pub quiz, my virtual pub quiz on Friday night.
Yeah.
Yep. No. Yeah, because I told everybody like, look, get on it, you know. So but yeah, Friday nights I host the Stay Home Pub Quiz at stayhomepubquiz.com. Last one for the year is this Friday because I'm taking a break for Christmas. So yeah. So 7 o'clock Friday night.
Dom.
It's too bad we have to work.
Yeah. There we go. Upstairs patio at Dog Mountain is probably the best on the island. Yes. And also your kebabs, apparently.
Yeah, that's the Donaires are they're in Edmonton. I looked it up after. It turns out that Edmonton Donaire capital of Canada. There are more restaurants in Edmonton that have the word Donaire in the name than anywhere else in Canada. And so I was born and raised there. And yeah, we made Donaires at home for a really long time when we left Edmonton because there was nowhere to get like a really good Donaire, and we brought our restaurant here, and that's in the kitchen. So can you give a little secret away from your chefs? Do you marinate anything with your own beers?
Oh yeah,
lots of things.
As much as bordering on inappropriate amounts of beer ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for instance, the beer cheese, the beer barbecue sauce, the pulled pork is cooked in beer. What else?
Any time with any meat in it actually is braised in beer. Yeah. Every week we pretty much have a special, like our beef dip. Everything has beer in it.
Yeah. As much beer as possible.
Well, Debbie says they're not first timers, but I mean, they love Dog Mountain and they're lucky that you guys are in Port Alberni. So,
thanks, Debbie. Like who? Oh, Steve. Oh, Steve didn't get his beer, I guess. Sorry.
We tried.
Yeah. I mean, it'll probably turn up tomorrow, Steve. You know, Murphy's Law. You know.
Yeah, always.
So you were saying that they'll be available after the fact, though, right, Aaron?
Yeah. So this will be on demand. People can watch it when they want, and so except they won't be able to ask us questions. But
that's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm ready for some bee's knees here. Are you too?
Are we ready for bees?
All right, I'm yours. You can start.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna pour this one.
Okay. Got the appropriate glassware, no blasphemy going on over here from me. Oh,
yeah.
Did we?
It's like the glasses we use.
Yeah. There we go.
So I'll just say, so if you guys notice the label on this can, we had that same guy, Mike. We have 4 different seasonal labels. So this, the picture is the view of the Harbor Quay, and the road running up the middle is like the main road in Port Alberni. It's called Argyle Street. And the brewery, well, I mean, you could see this if there was detail. The brewery is just 3 blocks up and essentially just off the corner of that main road up the middle. So it's pretty interesting.
Almost see the brewery in this picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And yes, Alex, 6.3%. It's Monday. Yes.
Yeah.
Just wait till you see the next one.
Yeah.
That's crap for you, Alex. Not for.
I think
Weekend
Mike's
hard.
still on his red Yeti, and he's says it's going well with cheese. But what kind of cheese, Mike? We need some details here. So.
Yeah. They better not be like cheese.
Yeah. All right. So
yeah.
Yeah. So what's the story behind this here? Oh, sorry guys, I lost your audio for a second. I'm gonna do this and see if I can reestablish the connection. There we go. Do I have you back?
Are we back?
Yeah, there we go.
Are we back?
Yep, got you back. All right, got your audio back. That's good. All right. All right, sweet. So what's the story behind this beer?
It was our 29th brew. So
number 29.
Number 29.
So it's bright and golden, as you can see.
Yeah.
The aroma is bubblegum, banana, and clove.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Be expected.
And that's from the Belgian yeast strain that we use.
Mm-hmm.
First taste. You get some Belgian yeast character up front.
Yeah, I get it on the side of my tongue, like it's just sitting right there.
Sweet honey.
Mm-hmm.
You get that like herbal, you know, it's not a flavor we want to associate with beer. It's supposed to be sour, but it almost gives you a little bit of a sour feeling right on your tongue. And I feel like that comes a lot from, I think, all the honey that we did.
Right.
Yeah. So
question here, is this local island honey?
It's not local islandy, but it is from BC.
Okay.
Yes, it is from BC. Not the island, unfortunately. We actually had a really hard time sourcing honey. We tried to get honey locally. The island, nobody had enough because believe it or not, there's 40 of honey per bag. Yeah. So it's a huge amount of honey, and
yeah, it's a lot of
honey. It's a huge amount of honey. And it was, like I say, impossible to find locally.
Yeah.
So we did find it and got it. Actually, we got it just down the road from our malt supplier, Gambrinus. Shameless plug, our favorite malt supplier of all time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So we called the farmer, and they drove their honey to malt supplier, and our malt supplier threw it on a skid of malt for us and shipped it over to us. So,
man, that's some efficiency right
there.
Yeah,
it's great. And so the funny thing about this beer is we add the honey in 2 stages. We add it to the boil while we're making the wort. And we also add it to the fermenter. And we caramelize the honey. So while we're brewing up the wort, we're also boiling honey for a little while. Mm-hmm. And it's super hot, and there's a lot of it. And it's kind of a nightmare. It's like it's an adventure to brew this beer.
Yeah.
And the first time we brewed it, we both planned to brew it together, but then the patio got busy, and I ended up doing it myself. And so the first stage of adding the honey during the boil, we add 30 kilograms. Mm-hmm. So I had the test batch boil kettle, a 20-gallon boil kettle, with 30 kilograms of honey in it, and I was trying to carry it up the brew house steps backwards and dump it into the boil kettle. And
you need to call me on the walkie-talkie, maybe. I don't know.
It was a nightmare, and I ended up wearing a whole pile of honey, and it was all over the steps and all over the floor and everywhere. But sure enough, got it into the beer, and yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So Matt really likes this one. And his question for you is, would you ever consider trying a double or a triple?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's on our list,
Yeah.
We, this is our first year of being open. And so it's an adventure trying to make sure that core brands, we have 5, it turns out, brewed, and we want to make sure that we have these 5 beers that are always available here and in liquor. And so trying to get in a really nice beer that might take a bit longer for me to eat. Right. A nice packaged product is definitely on our horizon.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go out and say it. We are planning a bottle conditioning program for next year, and there are beers on that program. So
right.
Stay tuned. Thanks for the question. They're coming up.
Yeah.
Okay. And so with that, do you have like a bottle membership program or something? Or have you considered that?
We haven't actually, but that's a good idea.
We've talked about it, but we haven't. We've talked about how other breweries are doing things like that, and we're trying. Okay, at least I'm trying to figure out a way to do it a little bit differently than everybody else, so it's not like we're just copying somebody else.
Yeah.
Before I brought it up to Andy, because if my ideas aren't like polished, usually he just says no.
Right. Here you go.
Yeah,
here's what you can make your bottle. Here's what you can do. This will make your bottle club completely different. You get a free kebab with each bottle. How about that?
Just send them. You got to come to the brewery.
Right? We could have like a box thing with a kebab and a bottle.
Yeah.
Like the food.
Just freeze it whole. We just freeze it. Some ice packs and just send it away.
Yeah. Frozen Donair and a bottle of beer.
Yeah.
Tony has a question here. Have you ever done collaboration brews with any other brewery?
Oh, we would love to, Tony. The only problem is the coronavirus.
Yeah.
It sucks. We had all these plans, and we have like a list of all these breweries that we have friends at, and those are the things we really want to enjoy in as a brewery. And unfortunately, this year has kind of thrown a wrench into that. So,
yeah. But I will say, I brewed for a little while at Russell, Surrey there, and those guys are awesome, and they make a lot of really great beer. And we had one plan, like scheduled and planned, and then Corona, the first kind of shutdown happened, and we had to take a step back. And then we were ready to do it again, and then they had
yes.
Yeah.
The sad trombone. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we planned again, and then members moved away. They had to wait. We're going to do it again. We're on their giant. They brew like 25 hectoliters. So it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
But then over there that we didn't want to go.
Yeah, we don't want to go.
We don't want to take that. We have to be really careful out here. So.
Yep. So hopefully summertime. Hopefully summertime. So.
And Mike, if you're part of Aerosmith, we would love to do a collab with you. I see you said Aerosmith is just a and yes, we would love to. Yeah. Anybody on here that's
somebody else in that neighborhood? I think you and Dave Loveshack there. I mean, that would be like superpowers combined there for beer on the island if you did a collab. So
yeah,
that'd be sweet. Yeah, we talked to Dave about it, and we both agreed that we'd like to do a collab with each other, but we just haven't got around to it yet.
I think the problem is that, like with Dave, he runs. He's the owner. He's the salesperson.
He's the janitor.
Tasting room guy. Yeah. And you know what? We're things. We're the owners. We're servers. We do all things. And so, if we could each get somebody to manage our schedules, I think it'd be a lot easier to schedule. something.
Yeah.
Because it's almost impossible to like, we'll be like, yeah, we'll do it. And then 3 months goes by and you're like, oh, shit, we didn't even contact the guy.
Yeah.
So it's just really hard to schedule these things while trying to navigate all the weird stuff that's going on right now. So yeah.
But then like just also like there's just work safe stuff, right? Where, you know, breweries are in tight spaces and you just can't socially distance really in a brewery. So
Yeah.
Although I did see
Those are
one
the
brewery
fun
did a collab
things.
where you know those robotic like iPads on like a Segway, like they had the brewer at the other brewery come by and then they like faked him like pouring hops in. So like that's how they got around to do a collab that way. So
That's awesome.
That would work.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to that part of things when this whole situation is behind us.
Yeah. And there's a really great brewery here in town too that you know, they're in the same situation as us. That, you know, we'll probably do a collab with. You know, we're so new and they were so busy, and then COVID and everybody's so it'll happen.
Yeah.
Well, it'll probably be the first thing, right? So that you can actually have like a release party beer of like, hey, we're free again beer. So
Yes, we're free again.
Yeah. Oh,
Maybe
free. Yeah, just call it
free
free
the
at
name.
last.
We're free again.
Free at last.
Yeah.
Unmasked.
Asked.
Don't give away all our good names. Oh my God.
Oh, I can come up with great names all night. I have so many great like collab beer names like filed away with friends of the podcast. So
just waiting.
Actually have
That's awesome.
Yeah, I actually have a label designed with one of them, and it's brilliant. I'll send it to you guys afterwards. I can't show it publicly yet, but it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, you at home. Hope you're enjoying these. I mean, I certainly am. You know, I love the beers that these two are making. And you know, it's exciting that we get to do this. And you know, it's kind of funny that we probably wouldn't have done this if the world was normal, right? And this just seems like a pretty cool idea at the same time. So.
Yeah, these are the good things that come out of the situation, right?
Yep.
It's just,
and I will say you are my second. Well, yeah, you're my second brewery that I've done this with. The first one was Wheelhouse back in May.
Oh yeah.
I hosted a virtual beer week with Penticton, so it was all the Penticton breweries, and but you're my actual brewery, so yeah. So
hey, right now, thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do we need to enter the tsunami zone now?
Anyway. Okay, let's enter the tsunami.
All right. We are entering.
So,
any other questions from the audience as well? Oh, sorry, Robin.
Okay,
sorry, Robin. Go ahead.
Is my favorite. Well, that's okay. I was just going to say, so this beer, the name, Enter Tsunami Hazard Zone. Earlier you mentioned leaving Tsunami Hazard Zone. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm from Edmonton, the prairies, it's all flat. Tsunamis are a thing of like movie and, you know, not anything that you ever had to worry about. And when we came out here, the very first time on vacation, like Andy mentioned, family at Sprout, and I saw these signs and they said entering tsunami hazard zone. I was like, what is this? Like, is this real? And I thought it was crazy. Like, are you serious? Like, we're actually, what are you doing?
I'm just seeing the comments.
Yeah, I thought it was just crazy. It was like such a different thing to me. Entering and leaving tsunami hazard zone, that people had to be warned about these things, or, you know, and so it really stuck with me with the area. And then when we found our property and we decided to do the brewery here, I knew right from like day one, I was like, we are going to need beers that are similar but different, entering and leaving tsunami hazard zones. So that is this beer. That's where the name came from.
And I mean, from, you know, memory of visiting your brewery, you're definitely out of the tsunami hazard zone, right? Because you're up the hill. So
yeah, that was a selling feature of the property for sure.
Yeah,
because actually, believe it or not, there was a tsunami that hit Port Alberta and caused a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So that questions I asked the realtor was, are we out of that zone? And sure enough, we're way up here on the hill, and that's why we have a nice view.
Yeah.
But also we
So,
can
there you go.
drink safe in knowing that if the tsunami comes, hey, we could still have our beer. So, hey, cheers.
Yeah, we joked.
Great
as,
connecting virtually.
yeah, cheers.
Hey.
Joke is that because we put so much work into the building and it meets the newer seismic code, it'll be building if they're quick. So our joke is we'll be your wallet.
Cash only.
But we'll be cash only. Food
Yeah.
you need, but we'll be cash
Yeah.
only.
Yep.
There you go. Anyway,
Oh,
Yep.
God.
Yep.
Originally-
Adam's got the right
Oh.
idea.
Oh,
Yep. Head to the brewery if you hear the tsunami siren. I mean,
yeah, Adam's got the right idea.
yeah.
Yeah, come on
And
down.
you know,
cash only.
and actually, in a disaster, it's a pretty nice, safe meeting spot too, because the brewery is the communal center of the community.
Right?
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be like there was an emergency room. There was a map saying go to I don't remember what it was, some other place. That changed to be here.
okay.
We should contact.
Yeah, we should talk to the city about that.
Yep.
Hey.
Entering Tsunami Hazard Zone IPA is 6.3% alcohol, 71 IBUs. And believe it or not, this was the first beer we ever brewed on our commercial brew system.
Yep.
Wow, the first one.
The
Yeah,
very first one.
this is number one.
Yeah.
The appearance is golden, but not opaque. So you can kind of see through it, but not too much. We say that it's a Northwest IPA. So
Yeah, because it's got
a
bitterness
little bit
to
hazy.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The aroma we figure is pear, summer fruit, and melon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then first taste.
It's almost like a tangerine I get. Like a
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We also get citrus, maybe a little bit of pine, grapefruit,
Mhm.
maybe a little bit woody,
Mm-hmm.
tiny bit of biscuit from the malt bill, and it finishes with the alcohol in the nose.
Yeah. No, this is
Yeah.
solid IPA. Hey, thank you, Trish. I mean, yeah, we're having a fun time. So, I mean, yeah, thanks. Thanks for being on the stream with us.
Yeah.
Colin, I'd love to do this once a week, but man, that's way too much work. And I mean, we gave everybody plenty of heads up, and Canada Post still didn't deliver the beer to everybody on time. So,
I know.
I know.
so maybe once a month. Maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see in the new year. We will see.
Once a month, yeah.
The shipping day has to let you do whoever's doing it next has to ship it today for the next year it gets there.
Yeah.
It's a simple malt bill. It's a complex hop schedule during the boil. So there's lots of hops going in at different times, so that it has like a nice depth of hops. Gives you like that bitterness, but also like the different flavors of the hops, as well as large single mid fermentation dry hop.
Mhm.
So this yeast isn't really well known for biotransformation, but with our brewing methods and our mid fermentation dry hop, that's how we figure we get a lot of the like fruity flavors out of it.
Yep. Very smooth for 71 IBU, Mike says.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks,
What
Mike.
kind of hops do you use in
Thanks,
this?
Mike.
Trish wants to know.
There's several different hops, and unfortunately, we're not going to tell you that much.
Trade secret.
Yeah, trade secrets. You can't tell everything, but
Yeah.
yeah.
They're I'll send it Valley hops.
All right.
Yeah. So all from West Coast United States.
Yeah.
They're all
Western, Northwestern. Yeah.
Bridget here wants to know, what are your hours over the holidays?
Well,
actually, we are closed the week of Christmas.
The week of
Yeah.
Christmas. Okay.
well,
Yeah.
So this is your last week to get
because we're
beer.
usually- yeah.
Yeah.
So,
This
Well-
coming week is the last week to get beer before Christmas.
mhm.
Yeah. So
In-house, so we're closed usually Monday, Wednesday where we would be open. That would be the 23rd. We were going to be closed on Christmas Eve and then closed on Christmas. So that's Thursday, Friday. So we're only going to be closed one extra day that's outside of our regular hours. So if for some reason we get a whole bunch of orders online for our quarantine packs or something like that, we'll probably send them out because our days off and when we're closed, we're here anyways. So there won't be really anything available but we'll probably still be sending orders out.
All right. So do you have plenty of that chai beer left if people want to pick it up for Christmas, or is that pretty much gone now?
it's all gone. We
But
just
it's-
have on tap. But we'll have a batch within a week. So
Well,
Okay.
but within with this week.
Yeah.
So we just did some work today on it. It'll probably be ready. We could probably have it ready in like 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just got to double check carbonation tomorrow and it'll
So-
be good to go.
stay tuned on
So
our
check their
Facebook.
socials. Check their socials. Keep track.
Yeah. Stay tuned. We'll have it ready. And there will be liquor with chai beer as well.
We have a waiting list, so
If you're down in Victoria and whatnot, then you can get it. You don't have to travel.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yep.
All right, everybody. 4 beers in. Man, this is tough. This is really tough for me. But if I was to pick a favorite, it's got to be this guy, the Red Yeti. That's my favorite of the night.
Yeah.
and
Solid beer.
Yeah.
Thanks. Appreciate it. It's been a us. It's one of the more popular ones. We have one guy that comes in here almost every day that we're open and gets his 4-pack Red Yeti.
All right.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And I'm not.
It's awesome.
You know what? I'm just saying too. Like he's not on the tasting here tonight, but the very first batch we had of it is when we found out this guy Dave really loved this beer. And we were getting low. We got down to like 3 flats of it, and this is before we had a really good schedule of brewing. And so we pulled it all off our shelves and we held it in the cooler, just so that when Dave came in, we could sell him his 4-pack because we felt he was such a good customer that we saved it for him.
All right.
That's before we knew how long it would take to brew. So
We
And
call
see,
him the
this is
Red
why I
Yeti
love
guy.
this is why I love community breweries, everybody. It's like you're connected with your customers and they're holding your special beers for you. So I have a question here from
and
Debbie for you guys.
Debbie.
Yeah. Whoa.
All right. So Debbie, we are in all the Cascadia liquor store on Vancouver Island, as well as we're in 6 of the liquor stations, and we're in a couple of the Runny stores, Axe in Campbell River,
And the Green Rock.
and the Green Rock in Inez, the Hammond Bay liquor store. And then, so
Are we sending beer to the new one? Oh, the one, the new store. There's a new one, just wait.
there's a new one in Oyster Bay, the Oyster Bay Market, if you're in Oyster Bay.
Yeah.
Oyster Bay, BC.
All right.
Yeah. So lots of stores.
Lots of stores. And if you
And
don't
for,
see us in your liquor store, please ask.
Yeah. Yeah. That goes a long way. Mike here, the first timer, Belgian blonde for him. So that's his favorite.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that, like Andy said, that beer is pretty special. So,
Yeah, we love it. It's one of my favorites to brew. It's fun. There's making the honey feels like magical. So it's a fun beer to brew.
Yeah. Well, you didn't even mention it though, but like he said, 30 kilograms go into the boil. The other 15 kilograms we caramelize separately and then use a jar to pour into the top of the fermenter. Fermentation is done. So hopping with hops, we dry sugar, I guess you would call it, with
Right.
honey added at the end of fermentation to kind of kickstart that fermentation again, and it helps dry out the beer and add a little more of that alcohol. Yeah.
Shannon here says all your beers are amazing and unique. Keep up the experimentation. So
thank you.
Hey, right on. Thanks, Shannon. Glad you could
Trish
join
loved
us.
every single beer here. So
Thank you.
And then Colleen here, apparently she used to live in Port Alberni. She says, do you distribute to Vernon? There's her liquor store, Silver Star Liquor Store in Vernon. So,
ooh.
So
that's a tough one.
Yeah. Well, no, it's, shipping off the island gets a bit pricey. We courier who actually uses
electric cars.
Yeah, and so it's not like it's pretty important to us that we're not really contributing a whole lot more to the footprint than we need to. But that is something that we'll look into doing in the future. Our distribution game has to be kept more local to the island because of our brewing size.
Yeah, we're a small brewery. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but as far as Vernon goes, we'd be happy to ship in personally if that's what you'd like. Yeah. You can order on our website or you can give us a shout, whatever you email at dogmountainbrewing@gmail.com. Yeah, we'd be happy to ship it to your home, but we may not be able to do the liquor store thing on the mainland for a little while.
Mike, I'm gonna come see you guys open next week. So next week, as in
Todd says he's
Monday,
driving back to Kelowna on Saturday. Who needs some from the island? So there's your courier.
Thanks, Todd. Appreciate it.
Come on by, Todd.
You're a true appreciate you, man.
And then Mike asked if we're open next week.
We're open this.
Like it's Monday today, so we're open this week until Sunday night, and then we're going to be closed the week after.
And then back after Christmas.
As much as we would love to be open, we have a very dedicated team of staff who have worked with us through this whole COVID thing, and they work. All of them are full time every day that we're open, and they get those same 2 days off that we get. So we thought that they should get some time off. So we're actually going to be closed.
And definitely you two as well. I mean, come on, you've been really pushing it this year. So
we're gonna be here.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Old 70-hour weeks. They're just like, yeah.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah. But it's mostly like our staff are in the food and beverage industry. Like the people in other places have literally never had this off. So,
you got Debbie.
Debbie. Yeah. So I'm gonna give them some time away with their household and to have a bit of a Skype Christmas they're gonna do. And
I mean, if anything, everybody just needs to have a breather at the end of this year. Just
yeah. We will be open on Boxing Day all the way until we'll be closed on the anniversary is the 28th. So we have actually 4 very special 1 keg only small batch beers we brewed. They're going to be really only on that day. It's not an event. All have events. They're just going to be new beers that day. Yeah, so we're going to be open that week, and it's going to be really exciting. So some beers that we don't typically brew, like these are all, I'd say more like traditional style beers, beer flavored beers, nothing really crazy. We have, I think 3 of them have lactose in them. They're really, so
yeah, so
Yeah.
Well,
what
then
do
that leads us to
we
this
have? We
question
have
here with Rick. He says, delicious beers. Have you ever considered a cedar flavored beer? I mean, you've done spruce tip. You've had a spruce
that
tip.
was Rick.
So.
That was Rick.
Oh, that's Rick.
Yeah, that's Rick.
Yeah, Rick. We talked about this.
Hey, Rick. Yes.
Hey, Rick.
Yes.
He wants us to commit by saying it online. That's going to stay on YouTube forever. So yes, Rick, we will do it. I swear we will.
We'll do your cedar flavored beer, Rick.
Yes.
Yeah, we promise.
Yeah. Have a milkshake. I coming a chocolate like Reese's Pieces stout. A French saison with cardamom and coriander.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're experimenting with our sours. So we're going to do
A fruited sour.
Yeah, peach blueberry.
Peach blueberry.
Part of our Uptown Funk series. We did make a sour before. We have a series, but COVID kind of made us brew like beers in our big batch. We didn't do a lot of test batches.
Yeah, so those are our 1 year anniversary beers that we'll have at the brewery only on the 28th of December.
No growler fills. I'm expecting to get a growler. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, man, I wish I could be there. So.
May or may
sorry,
not.
dude.
We can maybe can a couple and send you some.
Okay.
Well, if they're enjoyed, we will brew some of them on the big batch.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then we'll have cans.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, speaking of cedar beers, kind of a popular beer trend I've been seeing a couple breweries do now. In particular, Wheelhouse is, I think, the first brewery in BC to do it, is a Finnish Sati beer, which is brewed with juniper berries and then is poured over birch. So
Ooh.
yeah, that'd be an interesting one to do.
Huh. Yeah. I actually saw that.
I don't think Wheelhouse poured it over birch, because Sati's like based on like a Finnish spirit. So, but they like actually like pass it over birch to like pick up those tannins.
Yeah.
So,
That's really cool. Yeah, we like all those crazy beers. That's our jam. So, yeah.
Those are at least the ones we go out and buy.
Yeah, that's the fun stuff to brew.
Yeah.
You know.
And then there was something here. So Tony asked if there's any works in the hazy. We had a really, really great, I'd say by definition, hazy IPA brewed. It was our pineapple pale ale, and it was great. And it went really, really fast. We're going to brew it again. In the middle of winter isn't the time to brew a beer like that. But yes, we have
well, you can get the smoker out and smoke some pineapples, right? And put that in there. Some smoked pineapple hazy.
Maybe. Yeah. Our neighbors wouldn't come. Not at all.
No.
So yeah. Yes. The IPA. Everyone's got a hazy IPA though, right?
Yeah, no. I've been going to breweries that are doing anything that's not hazy, really. So yeah.
It's the thing to do.
Yeah.
Oh, Trish. I love hazies. Yeah, everybody loves hazies. Everybody loves hazy beers, right? Kind of sweet, a little bit sweet, lots of light fruit, maybe some lactose, right?
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like such an old man. I've been going back to my like solid West Coast IPAs and like my solid pale ales, and got a 15 case of Rainier the other day. So
Pilsner.
We have that El Dorado double IPA we brewed, 8.5%. Our brewing software tells us it's 147 IBUs. It is a very strong hoppy beer, and people tell us they wanted these like really strong West Coast, and
it didn't sell that well.
Yeah,
it's really delicious. But
what's this? Rogue did a smoked bacon beer.
Oh, yeah.
It was dreadful.
Yeah. No,
I want to tell them what that beer
is.
We have a bacon beer.
We have a bacon beer story, actually.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I read making once a craft beer, and there was this recipe in there for a bacon beer, and it didn't actually have bacon in it. It had a pork shoulder.
A been cured pork shoulder.
It was like a smoked pork shoulder or whatever. So I got like super excited, like I did.
And the next day
we brewed it. It was a brown ale with pork shoulder in it. It was boiled with the pork shoulder in it, and it was disgusting.
Well, it was disgusting first. It tasted like, you know, I don't know. I've never tasted. Well, probably. You make bacon in a pan, and if you accidentally leave it sitting for a little too long, that like old fatty smell.
Yeah,
that beer tasted like.
Borderline undrinkable.
Then
first.
after,
And then after a while, the kind of pork flavor subsided a little bit, but it was still not something that you'd enjoy. Like,
it was a beer for flights only.
not commercial.
Yeah.
Let's just call it that.
So
it was fun because you got to throw a pork shoulder in the boil. But
we also actually took the pork shoulder out. We made tacos out of it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Tacos were so good.
Yeah.
Because it was essentially a braised pork shoulder, right?
Yeah.
And we ate it, and it was good.
It wasn't too like mushy or like.
It was cooked, but I mean.
No, I think we ate the remainder of the shoulder. We didn't put the whole thing in. We put like 25 or 30% of the shoulder in.
No, we used that, and it was in a bag. We put it in a hot bag.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, no, we like put it in the oven, and it like we like roasted it so it like dried, right? So we kind of like cured it again, and then it ate it. Trust me, I cooked it.
Well, because like I only asked because like friends of the podcast, Atwood Ales in Blaine, Washington, they do a oyster stout, but they chuck it all in meat shell, everything. But after the boil, they say like the oysters are just like you can't eat them. Just they're so rubbery because they've just been cooked so much, like in
so long. Yeah. How many
Yeah.
oysters do they use in that? Do you know?
I don't know, but I know it is 20 minutes from catch to kettle. So that's how fresh those oysters are going in there. So I love that beer. Love that beer. It's like this light saltiness.
Todd, yes, bought all the Deepas. Yes.
Yeah.
The maple syrup, yes.
So, okay, so the maple syrup bacon beer, I have only dumped, I think in our life, 3 beers out. 3.
Yeah.
Not going to name who the other ones were from because they are very well named that I think people enjoy them. But one was a Flying Monkeys maple bacon beer they made specifically for City and Color. And I bought it at a super fan in the Sherbrooke liquor store. And it boxed, and it was a single bottle, and it was like $27, and it's supposed to be this delicious, well-developed beer. And we saved it, and we cellared it, and we went down on this beer, and it was the most thing I ever tasted. Horrible, absolutely horrible. It was this corky mess, and we had to dump it out. And now I don't know if maybe
now we would get it more,
but it was the worst. No,
I don't know.
No.
So yeah, bacon flavored beers.
Not good.
I don't know if they're ever good.
Maybe somebody makes one that is really good. Maybe they do. We haven't tried it yet, so I don't want to say they're all bad. I don't want to say that. But
there's 2 breweries in the province that make really good smoked porters, like really well balanced. So
yes. Yeah. So exactly right. So I haven't had them, so I'm not going to say anything bad. The ones that I've had are not good. What's this? Yeah. Holy smoke! Was it Pete's beer? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, drinking a bonfire.
Yeah, it was special. I bought it. And I've been drinking. I don't know.
All right. Well, a couple more minutes here, then we'll wrap this up because we've been all through them. I've gone back to the lit wit, and like I think that's a nice way to like just kind of cleanse the palate again and just just reset. And,
yeah.
You know what? This when we finally like got the recipe really well, we got it good. We had some friends who we've been friends with for a really long time. They moved away, and they came and actually visited us in port here, right when we were getting this construction project. And I remember we had a test batch, and we had chilled it, and it was just like conditioning. And I gave them a list of it, and they were like, "We need more." I was like, "I don't have it. Can we just drink it right out of the fermenter?" And we drank like half of that fermenter in our backyard. Like it was not ready, and it was not all the way carbonated. At least it was cold because we had a system, our test batch system that we were doing at home. And I remember them, and we were sitting in my backyard drinking. We were supposed to be doing yard work, and I mean this beer. It started there. Like it
was chilled in the fermenter, and we just like
drank
it up, and that's when we knew we had a hit. So
yeah, because it was Scott and Aiden. You never know; they might watch this one day. Aiden she was drinking Fruity a lot, that strawberry flavored beer.
Oh yeah,
Fruity. Yeah. So I felt like Lit was a really good transitional beer to people who maybe don't drink beer, people that maybe only drink certain types of beer, and them coming here and we were trying to tap into a market that wasn't quite as exposed. You would say like Twin City, they've been here for years and they're great, right?
Yeah, but like I also think like if this is a beer, if somebody drinks like a Kronenberg Blanc on the regular, this is a good converter right here to craft beer. So,
yeah,
right, yeah.
So there's a question from Shannon: are you going to do barrel-aged beer? So the barrel-aged beers aren't on our radar right now.
They just take up too much space.
We don't have the space. Yeah, we don't have the space. So small. But maybe one day.
Yeah.
Maybe in like 4 or 5 years, we can grow somehow and have a bigger building. Sure. Right now,
a production facility.
Yeah. Like you got excited about what you make, and personally, I'm not super excited about it.
Right.
But yeah, like I mentioned, to do some bottle age program.
Yeah.
And that's what we're gonna look towards developing in the new year. And there are some tricks to get some like woody flavors into your beer. So look at doing something like that. But as far as like a barrel aged program, like
barrels. So like you can see this is a barrel that we're drinking beer, but
this thing here.
It is. It's an actual barrel, but there's no beer in it. But you could always like take the staves from barrels and suspend them the same way you do a dry hop egg inside fermenters and stuff. And so if we wanted to make a beer that was barrel aged, right? We could always do something like that. It wouldn't be like a real like year-long barrel aged beer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so with that, everybody, I think we should call it here. Thank you, Andy and Robin. I mean, like the beers were just absolutely fantastic. It's great hanging out with you virtually. It's great hanging out with you at home virtually too. And thanks for the questions.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
And thanks to everybody who's ordered for the first time. And this is the first time, hopefully you do get to visit the brewery when we can travel again. I mean, it's the spot for summer with that patio up top. So thank you, Andy and Robin.
All right.
Thanks, Aaron. We appreciate it. And thanks everyone for staying safe and staying home and being with us tonight. It's been awesome.
Yes.
And if anybody is in the Port Alberni area, you have this week to get your beers from them until they shut down for Christmas, and you can still order online.
Yep.
So there you go.
There you go. And we got lots of swag too. Shirts and hats and toques.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Aaron. Thank you for tuning in. And hope to do this again soon. Friday night, stayhomepubquiz.com. That is the virtual pub quiz thing that I do where we just get to drink beers and have some good time. But anyway, until next time, thank you so much. Have fun, be safe, and remember, support your local.